Hi, my name's Michael Lewis, but from today I'll be going under the name of TrueMike34. This is my first ever predictions video, so please bear with me and sorry about the camera quality. But today I am going to do my predictions for this season's Premier League, starting from the bottom. At 20th, I think Watford will finish last. I don't think they've done enough in the transfer window, and with Watford, you never know if they're ever when they're going to sack another manager. At 19th, I've got Norwich. Again, I don't think they've got the quality to stay up this season, and they can't keep relying on Timo Pukki. At 18th, I've got Newcastle. Now, I know this will upset a lot of Geordie fans, but I'm sorry, I don't think you're staying up this season. I don't think you've done anything in the transfer window. I think the signing of Joe Willock will be a very good signing, but uh, he alone isn't going to be enough to keep you up. You're going to have to need a very good season by St. Maximin and Willock to have a chance of staying up. At 17th, I've got Crystal Palace. Again, I don't think they'll have enough to do well this season. I think they'll stay up, but I was torn between Crystal Palace and Newcastle to go down because there's going to be a point where Wilfried Zaha is not going to be enough to keep you up, and with Nzizi's injury, I think you are going to struggle very, very much. Now, 16th, I've got Brighton. I love Graham Potter. I think he plays the football the right way, but you still need a striker. And Neil Maupay, he's a good striker, but last season wasted so many chances. Same with Connolly. So you do need a striker that can actually stick the ball in the net. At 15th, I've got Burnley. It could be the season that they go down, but I don't see it because I think they'll have enough to stay up, especially their home games. And Pope had an absolute blinding season last season, so they're going to need Pope to have another brilliant season. At 14th, I've got Southampton. Ralph Hasenhuttl, again, another manager I admire because he's very tactically aware, but I think they're going to struggle with Danny Ings out. That he's gone to Villa. He scored the majority of their goals, and the only striker that you've got that's decent, what I saw in the Euros, is Che Adams. So Che Adams needs a very good season. You never know. If he doesn't, you might be going down, but I think Southampton will finish above Brighton and finish 14th. Now, at 13th, I've got Brentford. Because I think Brentford, what I saw of them in the Championship last season, were awesome. They played the game like Leeds did the season before. Are they going to concede a lot of goals? Yes. But are they going to score a lot of goals? Yes. And Ivan Toney, I think, is going to actually do really well this season. same way Patrick Bamford did last season for Leeds. And talking of Leeds, I've got them finishing in 12th. I don't think they're going to have as good a season as they did last season. I think Bamford had an absolute blinding season last season, but I don't think he's going to repeat it. I think Leeds are going to struggle sometimes again with people knowing how they play now, and they're going to set it up for it. In 11th, I've got Aston Villa. Now, losing Grealish was a big setback for Villa, but I think they've done really well in the transfer market. And getting Danny Ings, they've got him and Watkins. I'm not worried about Ollie Watkins because I think the Aston Villa manager, I can't remember his name. Please put that in the comments. Dean Smith, that's it. I think they've done a real good bit of business with Danny Ings because I think Dean Smith can interchange with them because Danny Ings isn't a spring chicken, and Ollie Watkins had an absolute blinding season last season, so I think it would be wrong of Dean Smith to drop Ollie Watkins just to have Danny Ings full time in the squad. In 10th, yes, I've got Everton. Now, again, losing Carlo Ancelotti was a big setback. Do I think Everton had a good season under Ancelotti last season? No. And because they lost games where they should have won, especially at home. They had a poor home record last season. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to have another blinding season. I think Rafa Benitez, he's going to get a lot of scrutiny from the Liverpool fans, and me being a United fan, I don't care about that because I think Everton have got a really good tactical manager, and he will, at some points in this season, out for the top 6. Now, 9th, I've gone for West Ham. I don't think you'll have as good of a season as you did last season. Last season, you were brilliant. If you get Jesse, that might be another thing. Being a United fan, again, Souček was brilliant last season. Same with Declan Rice. I think he was an unsung hero last season, Declan Rice, and in the Euros, I think people were a bit harsh on Declan Rice in the Euros. I thought him with Kelvin Phillips ran the England midfield quite well. But I think West Ham will have a solid season, and I don't think they'll be in trouble. I think they've got too much of a good side to go down, but they do need a striker. In 8th, I've gone for a predictable Wolves. I think Wolves will have another solid season. Raul Jimenez is back, but it'll be interesting how Wolves are now that they haven't got Patricio in goal, and Neves is rumoured to be going. So this could change if they lose more players. So Wolves could be an interesting, but I'm going for Wolves for 8th. In 7th, I've gone for Spurs. I think this could change if Harry Kane stays. I think they might finish above Arsenal, but I think if they get Martinez from Inter Milan, I think Kane will go. But Martinez is an absolute brilliant striker. What I've seen of him on in Serie A, I don't watch Serie A that much, but what I've seen in like highlights on like YouTube and all that, I think Spurs will have a very good player on their hands. Son needs to have another brilliant season again, and Santo, I think he's a very good manager. I think he struggled last season with Wolves when Jimenez got injured, because most of their goals did come from Raul Jimenez. In sixth, this will please a lot of Arsenal fans. I've got them finishing above Spurs. I've got them in sixth. I think some of the signings they've got are quite good. Gill is a very no. Gill went to Spurs. Some of their signings they've got, I've been really impressed with. I think Partey will have a bigger season than he did last season, and I think you'll get into the top six. If they don't, I think Arteta's in very big trouble. And I think Arsenal will crack the top six, as I said. In fifth, now this was a struggle with these next two. I've gone for fifth, I've gone for Liverpool. Because you haven't, you've just lost Wijnaldum and you've not replaced him. Thiago, I think, is a brilliant player and he needs to step up from last season, because I thought you would win the league last season. And you can't keep relying on Van Dijk and Gomez, because we saw last season what happened to Liverpool when they lost Van Dijk and Gomez. And plus, I still think you need a striker. I love Bobby Firmino. I've championed Firmino for years. I think he's a fantastic player. But the problem is he does not score as many goals as you would like. And Mane needs a very big season, because I thought he was disappointing last season. I know people are going to say, yeah, but the stats show he had an average season. And yeah, that is true. And from the season when you won the league, Mane was brilliant. I think he was better than Salah when you won the league. And Salah, I think, you can't keep relying on Salah as well, because as much of the good player as Salah is, I think it's going to be interesting. In fourth, I've got them for Leicester. As I said, this was hard. I think Leicester are going to crack it this year. The signings they brought, Samore, and I can't remember some of the other signings they bought, but what I saw of them against Man City, they were brilliant against Man City. And I think Brendan Rodgers, he's a fantastic manager. And Leicester, I am a big fan of Leicester. From when they won the league to obviously when the tragedy when they lost their chairman happened. But in Leicester have got some fantastic, and I think Iniacho, this is his season. I think this is the year that Leicester aren't going to be relying on Jamie Vardy as much as they did, because last season Vardy, first half of the season was unplayable, but second half, I think Iniacho was the man. So I've gone fourth for Leicester. In third, and I know I'm going annoy a lot of my club's supporters, but I've gone for United. Jadon Sancho and Varane, I'm absolutely over the moon that we've got them. We're no longer going to have Magaluf as a prime centre back, because I think Maguire is exposed when Lindelof is beside him, because all teams seem to target Lindelof, and Lindelof is not exactly tall, and he isn't exactly strong. And Sancho, we should have got Sancho last season, and maybe we could have made a big enough impact in the league title challenge last season. But unless we bring forward, put a CDM as essential. Hell, I know we've got links with Caravinga, but I don't think he's. I would love Caravinga. I think he's the future of French football. I really do. But I don't think he's ready enough for that. If it was up to me, I would try and break the bank for Ndidi. I'm a big fan of Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester. But I don't think, without a CDM, I think we're going to struggle, and that's why I've gone for third for United. In second, I've gone for Chelsea, because the signings that they've brought in, especially Lukaku, which seems quite 100% certain. I know United had Lukaku, but this is a different Lukaku from when he was at United. He's actually slimmed down, so he's not as bulky as he was when he was at United. So he's not going to have. Hopefully, he's learned how to have a first touch. Warner, I think I was a big fan of Warner, especially when he was in Germany. But I think Tuchel's realised that Warner is probably a failed experiment. But I think Chelsea have got a fantastic coach in Tuchel, and that's why I think you will finish second. Chelsea will finish second. At first, I know this is going to be the most predictable spot, but I've got for Man City. Okay, Man City didn't look impressive against Leicester, but Man City didn't have a lot of their first team in that game, and I've always come out the community, whatever it's called nowadays, as glorified friendly, which it is. When United won it with Jose's supposed treble, because he won the Charity Shield when we won the 2 cups when we had Jose, but sorry, I don't class that as a trophy. But Grealish is a fantastic buy for Man City, and if Man City get Harry Kane, I don't see anyone getting anywhere near them. So that is my prediction who's going to finish first. So that is my prediction for the Premier League for this season. I will do a reactions video to what I predicted at the end of the season. Hopefully I do well. And I'm hoping to do a lot more videos on various subjects like film reviews and maybe game reviews. So this is TrueMike signing off. Hope you have a good day. Please click and subscribe to my YouTube page, and hope to speak to you soon. Bye.